Welcome back to No Crime After Dark, where we have to talk about crime in the daytime because she's scary, but she's not scary. You gotta know her to know she's not scary though. Like she's scary, but she's not scary. We didn't have the episode last week. Sorry, y'all. Life was lifing. Had some family stuff to tend to. But we gonna finish this trilogy. Okay. Today is the day that Todd is gonna have to take the lead because my notes are trash. So we're gonna get to hear Todd talk tonight. I get to chill and just nod my head and smile and be cute today. That's what I get to do. Yeah,
lucky you. So we're at the last of the Petersons.
These psycho motherfuckers.
Wife killers.
No, literal wife killer. So I guess we should do a recap because it's been like 2 whole weeks.
Right. I also don't know where is this one from?
Illinois.
Yes, you're right.
I had it written down. It's a weird name.
Bolingbrook, Illinois.
Bolingbrook, Illinois. Yeah, they said it's a suburb of Chicago. So, again, recap. We started this trilogy with Scott Peterson. We all know who he was before we talked about it. We just recapped what pretty much everybody already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Michael. He liked to throw bitches downstairs.
That's his thing.
Because it was more than just his wife.
And mess with man. Drop my pen.
And now we are about to talk about Drew Peterson.
Yes.
And this is another hot mess.
This is a lot. I felt like
it was really a lot. I think that's why my notes are so trash and I just had a lot going on.
Tragic fast. It's like,
not necessarily because we're gonna talk about it.
I was like, so he was good. He was born and he was a baby. That was like the good part of his life because that was after that. Everything adult life was just messed up. I'm like, okay.
He was born. He was a toddler. He was in middle school and somewhere in high school he went left.
Just down here.
But you got your timeline together. It's on you, pimping.
Yeah, I did. I got it. So we're going to talk about Drew Peterson. Like we said, he was from Bolingbrook, Illinois. And he joined the military at 18, I believe. He was
what the exact word? He was the military police, basically, in the army.
Yeah. And then he actually did join the police after his military career ended. So, we don't know much about his early life.
Wait a minute. I do got something on that. I got something right.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of basis of why I think something is wrong with him. So they did specify that he grew up with a Marine alcoholic father. You noticed in the theme of the Marines and such?
Yeah, I did see that he was. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, and like we didn't talked about a couple stories that involved ex-Marines. I ain't blaming nobody. I'm just saying. But he grew up with an abusive alcoholic father. He joined the military in his early 20s. 2 years after he joined the military, this is where it kind of started. 2 years after he joined the military, he got into the police department in Bolingbrook PD.
Right. Mm-hmm.
As an undercover detective. Now, one of the things that they said that I thought was funny, they was like, he basically already had the skill and ability to lie. Like, he was basically good at finessing people.
Yeah. He joined the undercover in 79.
Okay.
So before that, he had married Carol.
Yes.
The high school sweetheart. The first wife was his high school sweetheart. He married her, had 2 sons, and then he was just the regular, I don't know what they call those, patrol police officer from like 77 or something, like from the start until 79, that's when he became the undercover.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was undercover.
Mm-hmm.
At some point while he was undercover, he got charged with misconduct and was fired.
Yeah, in 85. They fired Drew for disobedience, failure to report a bribe immediately, and misconduct.
He literally started a case that he didn't have the authority to start.
And then it said smuggled. It was like he's something with the drugs exchange for information. Eventually dropped, and then he was kicked off undercover back to patrol.
Okay, yeah. It's amazing how they get fired, but they don't get fired. Because you can't have it. We just gonna demote you. So go ahead. Let me shut up.
He's cheating on Carol in the midst of this undercover life. I guess he must, realize I can do a lot of crap.
He wasn't even cute though. Like even his younger pictures, I'm like,
I don't know.
He must have had some money. He was like a veteran, so he might be braided up.
I guess. So, so he ended up cheating on Carol with a woman named Vicky that he met, I guess, going out and doing all his, things, police activities, undercover work.
I'm gonna touch on Vicky. Here's another one.
He married her. And then are you guys saying before the abuse started, or
no? It goes in with the abuse. So he was abusive to her
3 times.
But they said this is what stood out to me. They said she was in a real bad car accident while they were together, and it was something with her brakes, and everybody, because of the abuse, was wondering if he tampered with her brakes.
And Vicky was. They didn't say too much about Carol and how
Carol said, I ain't got no parts. I was not married to that man. I don't know who that man is.
Their relationship, but so from the documentaries that we watch, Vicky was the first one to report like abuse, his controlling and jealous behavior, his, pulling guns out on people and threatening them, talking about, he's a police officer, he can do what he wants, I can do this to you and they won't even know type of behavior.
That's literally why I would never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, date a police officer. Because the way my mouth and my attitude is set up, y'all ain't gonna ever hear from me again.
It was like she was telling the police like he planted listening devices in the house to see if she was cheating and GPS tracker on her car. So just to find out that he was cheating on her with his third.
But ain't that usually how it go though? They be overly obsessive about what you doing because they know what they doing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So
then Vicky ended up divorcing him in 92. 2 months after his divorce was final is when he married Kathleen. 6 months of knowing each other. The third wife.
This is what I found hilarious. Not him giving her, I don't know if you came past this in your research, not him giving her a picture of him in uniform on their first date.
Oh, no, I didn't come past that.
Like he sat down at the dinner table wherever they was at and was like, hey, nice to meet you. Here.
So you know how when you're dating someone, you like...
Because it was a blind date for them.
I mean, I feel like we kind of... I met my husband young. I mean, we were kind of younger. So like, it wasn't like, what have you been through type of deal? Because it was like, we're young, we're just drinking, partying.
Right.
So it wasn't... But like at that age... Like, don't you say like, well, he's gonna say, I'm married before. Oh, okay. When'd you get divorced? 3 months ago? I'd have been like, oh, you're like, she didn't ask those questions. And what happened?
At my big age, I'm learning that not everybody, like they say, common sense ain't so common. Not everybody is asking those questions. If a dude tell me, I just caught myself because I almost said a whole word. If he tells me, I'm gonna try to say his name without saying his name.
Okay.
The dude I had his car for a little bit at one point in time.
Okay.
He was paying for the groceries. We're gonna call them groceries.
I don't know.
So, prime example, when I was dealing with him, and he called me that night and was like, oh, I'm so pissed off. What are you doing? I'm trying to come see you. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I just got into it with my baby mama. And I'm like, okay, like what happened? And he was like, we was arguing and I went to move her out the way and she said I pushed her down the stairs and she was holding my son. Like basically like she was like he was trying to beat her up type deal. So I'm like, well, why don't you just go home? Well, I live here and I don't have nowhere else to go. Whoa.
You lived your baby mama?
Whoa. And the baby wasn't, but the baby was a baby. You remember the baby couldn't have been no more than maybe 4 or 5 months old.
Yeah.
But that was already the red flag, but I just didn't care.
Like when you were young like that, we just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I just didn't care. But even young like that, when he said, I live here, I need somewhere to go. Oh.
Gertrude's house won't be the house you'd be going to.
And that's why I continue to deal with him the way that I did. But I'm just saying, even at my young age, I knew, like, what you mean you still live with your baby mama? What you mean
what do you mean you got divorced 2 months?
No, I'm about to say, yeah, what you mean you freshly dating and you just got divorced 3 months ago?
So I feel like if I met a guy and if I wanted something serious and he was freshly divorced 2 months ago, I feel like that's not going to be for me.
No.
But if I'm ready to have fun, then yeah, I'll be like, okay, well then, yeah, we can kick it because, you know, you're not looking for nothing serious. I'm not looking for nothing serious, so let's hang.
Right.
But if I want a man, you know, I don't want a man that's been just divorced 2 months ago. Even though
anything can happen in that time frame.
Yeah, no, hell no. I'm not going to do it.
And anybody got time to be arguing with your ex-wife, so no. But go ahead.
So then, okay, the third wife, Kathleen, quickly realizes after being married to him, you know, all the fake crap that he, you know, was just saying, all the fakeness, all of it. And let's see what happens. Oh, she went to the ER. That's what happened. She went to the ER on more than one occasion. And she said that so her lies were starting off trying to protect him. Oh, right. I did this. Oh, I bumped into something. And they eventually had, you know, 2 sons or whatever. And that's, I guess, after so much abuse, maybe after having the kids, I don't know. She just was like, I can't take this anymore.
Right.
But unlike the other wife, she's actually calling the police, reporting him, you know, trying to get a restraining order. Nobody would give it to her because
he works for the police department.
They stick together over there. And in 2001, I think he starts to.
No, okay, wait. No, go ahead.
Yeah, he starts to cheat with Stacy in 2001.
Can we talk about how old Stacy is?
Yeah, I want to say it. So he's 47 and she is 17 years old. And they met, I think they met at a bar. Why? I don't know why she was at a bar, but I believe she was at
a bar. Listen, Midwest is something else. Okay, Midwest and down south, you can get just about anywhere if you look right and got a believable ID. I can see how she was in the bar at 17.
She did. In the picture, she did look like a person that would be.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. But their age gap was ridiculous.
Like literally, that's your dad. No. That's your dad. When I was 17, Jim wasn't 47, but he was pushing 40. When I was 17. So that's your dad.
That is a grown-ass man.
That is your whole father.
Then Kathleen discovers Drew is cheating because someone sent an anonymous letter.
Oh, that was petty. I remember that part.
I think Stacy did it.
You know Stacy did it. She was 17.
Bro, I know she
That sound like, I'm not gonna lie, guilty. Something I would have did at 17. Oh, so you think you finna have my man full time? I got something for you.
Man.
That is our man.
That is my daddy. So then that's how she discovers that he's cheating on her and that Stacy is pregnant.
So, sidebar, you know I can't ever stay on track for too long. Nobody thought anything was wrong. Nobody I guess you can't call the police. He is the police. But like nobody, her parents, nobody.
Family seemed like they were very happy about their relationship and that he was taking care of her.
The way my father and my mother would be in prison.
I don't even talk to Tanya, and Tanya be upset.
Nah, because she's not going. She not going.
No,
she's not going.
old ass away from my daughter. I will fuck you up. Like that's just it.
Like no, like I said, the way both my parents would have been locked up. Like niggas, you serious? Yeah. Are you 40s? That's a whole exact 20 years apart, dog.
No.
And we're not talking 50 to 70. Where everybody grown.
Yeah. You're a baby. You don't even know life. But okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so then after that, Kathleen, she files for divorce and she also demands her share of money. So his pension. The
man had a pension.
Yeah, all whatever she can get, she's demanding it. And of course, being the guy he is, he's not going out with a fight.
Okay, so this is the other side of that story I got.
Okay.
So what it was, first of all, he was cheating with Stacy. Mm-hmm. He got a house a block and a half down the street.
That was my next note. It said
because this is what
the home down the street,
right,
for Kathleen and his two sons.
And then when Kathleen found out that Stacy was pregnant, she was like, "Nope, that's it. We getting a divorce." What they did was they agreed to just right now we're gonna be divorced on paper. We'll discuss the financials and custody and all of that later. But right now, I don't want to be with you like that. So let's just gonna get the paperwork done. He's like, all right, cool. Go ahead.
So they divorced October on paper, just the divorce, not financial. October 10, 2003. 1 week later.
It was 2002, I thought.
The spring he moved down the street. Their paper divorce was final in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 1 week later, he married Stacy.
Okay, we got different timelines there.
Do you?
Because what I show, I'm trying not to jump the gun, but I have a timeline of November 14, 2002 was the last time he really beat Kathleen up. And she took it to the police and they talked her down again. Mm-hmm. And then on November 22nd, actually, no, I'll take that back. I think it was October because I did have a date wrong somewhere in there and I had to fix it. It might have been October because they said it was just before Halloween. So,
2003 and wasn't supposed to. I don't know.
No. I'm too far ahead. That was Stacy. Okay. So Kathleen, that the last time he really beat her was November 14th of 2002. She came up dead November 22nd of 2002. So he killed her before the divorce was even final. If that timeline is correct, she was dead before the divorce was final.
Right. And 1 week later, he married Stacy.
But you said spring. She would have died in fall, winter.
Spring 2002 is when he moved down the street.
November 22nd, 2002 is when she came up dead in that bathtub.
Right. In spring of 2002, he was down the street already, though.
He wasn't married to Stacy yet. You said him and Stacy had got married in 2003.
After the divorce was final is when he got married.
But that's what I'm saying. She was already dead. If they didn't get married till the 2003, whenever.
She wasn't but I'm not saying maybe she wasn't alive when they got married, but it was just 1 week after the divorce was final.
Ma'am, you stuck on the 1 week after the divorce was final. Okay. I'm stuck on the fact he killed her before they even got to the divorce being final.
I wasn't even there to her death yet.
Now that's what I'm saying. Like
I wasn't at that point yet.
I'm sorry. But it threw me off because you was like, I told you my notes are trash.
Oh, okay.
It threw me off because you said they got married in 2003. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just had an epiphany. Like, so he killed her before?
Yes.
Buddy was impatient, huh?
Yes, he was. He had to get this shit.
God damn.
So, anyways,
sorry, I wasn't trying to ruin the storyline.
The point is, they married. But anyways, when they moved down the street, though, that whole prior to that, final, him and Kathleen is going back and forth about every single thing. So the kids, the money, him still trying to act like, I don't know, maybe he owns her. I guess I don't know what it is. And then something about child support. Give me 1 second, because she wanted her child support and something else. He wanted
part of his pension, the child support,
but it was
house, dog, the water hose.
Oh, because he came to the house at night to try to fight her. And he was dressed in all black. Yes. And she called the police. They came out there.
Now he pulling a lick.
And he pulled a knife on her. And they told him to go home, go back in the house. So, and
if my life wasn't so raggedy, I'd become a police officer because I'm just about to wreak havoc out here.
Right. And then November 14, 2002, Kathleen writes the letter to the local prosecutor, desperate for help because she's trying to, get this protection order. She just wants it to be done. She's saying, like, this man's going to kill me. Like, he's going to hurt me. He's going to kill me. Something's going to happen. And then their date was set for April to get their finances part done. That happened, and that was supposed to happen, but then she died before then. So,
if impatient was a person, good.
Yeah, he didn't have time. He got time. So, February, he takes the babies to his 2 sons with Kathleen. He picks them up. He takes them to the aquarium all day. He tries to drop them off, but Kathleen's not answering the door. He's beating on the door. Nobody's answering. And so he goes home. He calls a few times. She's not answering. And then 2 to 3 days go by. Instead of calling the police, or, because he is a police officer, he calls the neighbor.
Because you know what protocol is.
He calls the neighbor. Hey, have you seen her? Can you check on her? But you live down the street and you waited I just don't understand waiting the 2 days. What were you doing in 2 days that you thought that she wasn't going to ask for her sons back?
And especially, and that's not in her character. Now, if she was just one of them moms that just be letting you have them for 3 weeks before she say something, then okay. But if she's not that person,
but she hasn't even contacted you to say, yeah, go ahead, you can keep them, Miss Cool.
Right? Do they need anything? Are you ready? You want me to come get them? Just anything.
Right. And you waited 2 days. So they go in the house and they find Kathleen in a bathtub of a spare bathroom. So it's not even her master bathroom. It's just the spare bathroom, the boys' bathroom, I'm assuming. Maybe this is the boys' guest bathroom. Naked in a dry bathtub. No water, nothing. And she's not wet. Her hair is like matted, but with blood. Be from hitting something. But she has, which didn't make sense to me. Well, I noticed it when I was watching the documentary. After they went back to examine her body, they say, or exhume her body, they say, oh, well, she should have had blood from falling. There was no
if she fell in the tub. Pictures, okay, so like Michael Peterson, though. Because why is all that blood there? And she, okay, all right.
And now you have a blood for, blood. So you were killed somewhere else. And just, I feel like when I seen the pictures, because they kept flashing the pictures on, I'm like,
yeah,
she fell and hit her head. Like, where's the blood on the floor, around the tub?
And I'm about to say, and that's a stark white tub. So it should have been blood pretty much everywhere.
Like, there's no blood. The bathroom was pretty clean besides just her body in the tub, like the tub. Like, and then they were saying like her toes were smushed, so like she was like pushed in there. So I don't know, but life goes on. Okay, she's dead. They bury her. The boys go with Drew and Stacy. I mean, they seem like happy. Stacy went and got her breasts done and got her braces. Did she get braces? And she got her hair dyed.
I missed all that.
Yeah, she
got it together.
Got her body back together after she had because she had the baby. Or she had the two babies because she had a little girl.
Right.
And then lo and behold, Stacy comes up missing. Did you really just go?
Sorry. It's been a long day. So that's the date when I got my dates confused. October 28, 2007. So this is 5 whole years after Catherine came up dead.
Mm-hmm.
Stacy just goes missing. They said pretty much right off the bat, like everybody seemed concerned except for Drew. Like everybody's worried. But the usual, you know what I'm tired of with these men? Because it was a couple stories. What I don't like that we've covered, I don't like how they go straight to, oh, well, she must have left with some man. She likes to
kind of pull that Mormon man's crap.
Yes, like I don't listen here. You not already killed me. Because we know if she missing, she dead. That was 2007. She gone, y'all. We ain't got no proof, but she gone, y'all.
Back yet.
Yeah, she ain't came back yet. So, with that being said, at least tell some of the truth. Don't like I ain't left my kids to go be with another man. I could have packed my kids up and took them with me to go be with another man. I'm not finna leave my kids. To at least tell a believable lie.
Yep.
But I hate that that's the first thing they go to. Oh, well, and that's how I know they're guilty. Soon as they say that, he did it.
Right, because you want to throw her under the bus.
Right, you did it. It was you.
She's poor. She's trash.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but in the midst of Stacy disappearing, okay, everybody's looking for Stacy. Why is this man on the news talking about date with Drew Peterson? Win a date with Drew Peterson. Sir, you are a killer. We don't want to win a date with shit. We have no win a date.
Listen, I ain't saying I got
with Drew Peterson.
Listen, I ain't saying I got the best roster. I got some booger wolves on my list. Do you hear me? But by no means do I want to go on a date with a known, at least suspected murderer.
Yep, just left her kids and went on, and you gonna win a date with Drew. My wife is missing, and I got 4 kids at home. No, 2 wives.
His attorney did that.
That's 2 wives.
His attorney did
4
that.
Kids at home, and you gonna win a date with me.
I would have fired my attorney. His attorney is the one that said that on live TV, radio, whatever it was. His attorney was like, let's set up a contest, win a date with Drew. I don't want a date with Drew, all right.
Yeah. To kill his ass. So then, to get the info, nosy.
Right.
So Stacy's family's like, there's no way that my sister, cousin, daughter is leaving without her children. She may be young, but she's not a bad mom. Like, she's a great, she's not leaving without her children. So they were kind of like, something's wrong. Why did you report her missing? She ain't even with no other man. Like, they were not going for it, and they were not going to let it down. And one of her good friends was the one that was like, well, she's been telling me these things as if they're nothing. I would have been like, no, we're going to tell everybody. Like, this, we tell the police, we tell every damn body.
No, for real.
Yeah. The jealousy kicks in. And I mean, I would have, in this situation, I would expect him to get jealous because she is so much younger than him and he's only getting older. Mm-hmm. So I can not to the extreme that he was doing, but I would see him being jealous just a little.
Yeah, because she's younger. She's 20 years younger than you.
Right. But again, with the tracking her and following her, he joined the gym she joined to come watch her. Like, not even to work out, just to come.
I almost said ain't nothing wrong with that till you said that, because I'm like, me and Paul have been at the same gym, but we was working. He was working out too. He was over there.
Y'all probably said we should join the gym.
We absolutely had a conversation. Okay,
wasn't like you joined the gym, started working out, and then all of a sudden Paul just sitting there like this.
No, because you already know. I'm like, what are you doing? You might as well go home. Why are you just sitting there?
You're crazy,
like a creep.
Yeah, very much so. So then his story he told was he did his overnight shift. He came home about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. He came in. She was up saying she was going to start her day and run some errands. At 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning, she was going to run some errands. He went to sleep.
Now I ain't saying I believe him, but hear me out. Walmart open at 6. That's all I'm saying. And that's the best time to go when ain't nobody in that.
That is true. She ain't start her day that day.
I ain't saying I believe the story, but I'm just saying it could happen.
I mean, she could say, I'm starting my day. Let me go downstairs. Let me get the kids ready. Let me, make my coffee. I'm going to make myself dressed. I mean, it's still a process. It ain't just, I'm up at 6:30. I'm out
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I'm about to start.
Especially to go to Walmart. I might wake up at 5:30, but I got to prep myself for an hour just to get dressed to go.
Yeah, no. You ain't just, and then he went to sleep. He woke up. She wasn't back. He didn't call.
Why they always go to sleep or left and came back?
He didn't call her. He didn't say, where are you? Have y'all seen her? She's not back. He just assumed that she just was going with another man. I don't know.
It's 2007, y'all. We had cell phones. We was texting.
Yep. So she took it off and left the kids again. Okay. So, of course, let's see. Days pass and there's no activity on Stacy's phone, her debit cards. They haven't seen her car. Like, no one's reported that they've seen her car. So that's when her sister is, let's go. The search begins. Like, we're going to look for her. And they got everybody looking for her. They're passing out flyers and all kind of stuff. Meanwhile, Drew is going on with his life. Like,
Drew is in these streets.
Yeah,
Drew did not care.
Not him doing the interview with a fiance. Did you see that part?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he had an interview with the fiance. I said, really?
I thought he was banned from recording.
Who has?
Yes.
You see what?
Yeah, just real smooth.
Look back.
No, I missed where he was doing interviews with a fiance. Just if I really don't give a damn as a person. Like, he's worse than Scott, bro. You've been married 4 times. 2 out of 4 of your wives have either come up dead and or missing.
One wife reports that you beat her ass. The first wife ain't talking. I mean, she had him when he was young. Maybe he wasn't about that life yet. So I don't know, but
I doubt it, because when they abusive like that, it starts pretty young. So she probably, like you said, she just not talking about it.
Go. So now the news is picking up on Drew and all his shenanigans.
Same person.
And all his shenanigans. So they pick up that Kathleen, his last wife,
went missing.
So
now,
she's
not dead. Yeah.
So now now the news is like question everything. They want to know. They want to see reports. So now it's brought back up. They asked the family if they could.
Because Kathleen's death was recorded and reported as an accident. They recorded that as an accident.
Yes, they did. Like, it was not like nothing was wrong. Sorry, come get Hus. So they exhume her body.
Yeah,
that's the word. Her body, and they get a different medical examiner to look at, not the same one, and not one that's been around, like some different one.
Probably just a whole nother county.
Fresh face, right?
Yeah.
No, nothing. They just show pictures of what they have, give him the body, and he comes up with, or he or she came out with their own conclusion. So they say, no, this is not accidental. This something happened. Like, this is something happened. Like, something happened here.
Right.
So of course now they're like, well, did he do it? Maybe not. We don't know. So we're gonna look into it. So now they're checking him, they're following him, they're checking all his phone records, and he's doing his best.
He really just living life.
Right. But he is doing, like, what happened? Yeah, can you come get him, please? He he's just out there living his life, like, no worries. And he is literally, like they said, he's like 2 steps ahead of them, because he does know
how investigations and stuff work.
So he's way ahead of them and they're way behind. So let's see what happens after that. They changed her death from accidental to cause of death from accidental to homicide.
Mm-hmm.
And then Drew was arrested with 2 counts of first-degree murder of the death of Kathleen.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was circumstantial. There was no hardcore evidence. They really was trying to like just put some stuff together because they knew that he did something.
They knew, they just didn't have enough evidence to prove it.
So Kathleen's family initially was like, okay, it was accidental. She slipped, she hit her head. It was it. But once Stacey came up missing and they asked to, exhume the sister's body, they were like, well, why? And so now they're like questioning everything. Now the sister, Kathleen's sister, is to hear with.
Yeah, she was not playing by her sister. Yeah, she was not playing
with his crap. She wasn't going more of that. So, let's see. They brought up the letter that Kathleen wrote to the prosecutors before she died.
Right.
She was trying to get the restraining order. And they brought that up, all the evidence that she had against him that they just weren't taken serious. And so that pretty much, in her words from the grave, like, he is the one.
So that solidified it because y'all knew this was going on, and all y'all said was, "Well, y'all just gonna go home, work it out. Maybe you go over here, you go over here." Y'all didn't do nothing.
Every time it was just, it's split up. Don't come over here. Stay over there. Exactly.
Right.
And I think the trial went on for the trial wasn't that long. Because. It wasn't that long. Let me look at my notes. So.
I ain't got that part.
Federal reporting family was against him. I do remember his bail being $20 million. I said, damn, $20 million a long time. It doesn't say how long it was. I just know that he was convicted September 6, 2012. Is that what you got?
I don't have it at all.
Okay, well, September 6, 2012, he was convicted of first-degree murder, and he was to 38 years.
Which is not enough.
For Kathleen's murder. Meanwhile, Stacey is still missing. We don't know.
They ain't caught a charge for that yet.
Yes, Stacey and to this day, that baby is still missing. And
that's why I said she dead. We ain't got no proof.
Oh no, she dead.
But she dead.
There's just
because now she got 2 whole kids out here and she ain't reached out in almost 20 years. Just ain't no way.
No.
Ain't no way. I don't have a whole lot to.
That was it. And then the stepbrother. The stepbrother of did you watch? I don't know what documentary you watched, but the stepbrother Tom, Drew's stepbrother, said that he remembered help carrying what are those containers?
Or one of the bins.
Helping him come over to help Drew carry out a container to his truck and put in his truck. What he did after the container, what he did after it was loaded on the container, he doesn't know. And that's what he said. But Tom died over overdose. So we couldn't even get no information. But yeah, I told you he had a 24-year-old fiance, and that's when he appeared on the Today
Show. What do
they
call them? Men? Like women over 40 or 50 or cougars? What are men?
I don't know.
Because that's what Drew was trying to be.
The pedophile.
Definitely was Stacey. Definitely.
But not Drew trying to hire someone in prison to kill the prosecutor.
That was the part I wanted to get to and never got to.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what he tried to do.
And they mentioned it, and I just never got to that part. He absolutely tried to kill or have the prosecutor killed.
Yep.
But he knows no boundaries.
No. And he was just in jail like, it's done. He's like, yeah, you want to get it done right now? He's like, I was serious when I came over here. I'm like, dude, you are an officer. Like, you don't know that this inmate is like, these are things that inmates do, especially if they can get information out of you and they can get lesser time. Like, of course they're going to, like, come on. Like, and he just was sitting there telling himself like an idiot. So go ahead, sir. Then after the fact, he's already sentenced. He's already getting sentenced now to try to kill the
prosecutor. It's the fact that it's like, and then
Stacey's friend, the same one that was like, oh, well, she was telling me that, he was, stalking her or tracking her down and being aggressive and all this. She gonna say, Stacey did tell me that she did see Drew dumping women's clothes that weren't hers in the washing machine the night that he reportedly took the kids back, or was going to take the kids back.
Now, in her defense,
so now are you now?
No, my thing is, in her defense, he might have already been being abusive to her. So she might have genuinely been scared to say something.
No, I agree. I'm not saying that she probably was scared. If he gonna do this to her, what the hell he gonna do to me?
Right.
But now did he do something to Stacey because she knew and he was like, I gotta get rid of her because
I hope she didn't say or ask questions about it, because the minute you ask a question, you the next one.
I would act like I didn't see nothing.
That's probably why the boy OD'd, because once he saw he tried to kill the prosecutor, nigga ain't got no chance. So,
Yeah. And
you got all the notes, girl.
Yeah, I did get all
the notes. You, because I ain't got shit. Go ahead.
Anyway, the friend also said that when the police came over asking him questions about Kathleen, that Stacey told her that everything that she was told, that as she told the police, was coached to her by Drew.
Right.
So she just said what she said. And then let's see, 2 years passed. He filed some appeals.
And then
the appeals didn't work. And he got
38 years is not enough time, bro.
But then he got 40 years for trying to kill the prosecutor.
Okay, so he's never getting out.
Yeah. Oh, and I wrote this down because I thought it was really interesting. But Stacey and Drew's daughter's name is Lacey Peterson. Look, I just blew your mind with my notes, didn't I? Ain't that crazy?
That was intentional.
It was
that because you got to think Lacey and Scott happened in 2003.
Yeah,
that was intentional.
Yep,
that was intentional, bro.
Stacey and Drew's daughter name is Lacey Peterson with a Y, not an I, but
still. Yeah. You see how we did that? How we started with the trilogy and then it just came back around full circle. You see how that worked?
Yes. Trying to be onto something.
Girl, trying to be a little detective.
That's it. But Drew's ass in jail.
And we still ain't found Stacey.
No.
So I have no shout outs for this one because it's just terrible. Nobody blew a whistle. Nobody said anything. Yeah, people had suspicions. Nobody gets a shout out this episode. I usually have a shout out for somebody.
Yeah,
nobody gets a shout out this episode.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna be back on track, y'all. Like I said, had a family emergency, so we had to miss a week. I had people messaging me and texting me, and
did they?
Girl, yeah. You know my mama be listening faithfully, so she hit me up and was like,
so y'all
ain't recorded in a couple weeks. So I was like, no, we just didn't record last week. Why it seemed like I'd have missed 2 or 3 weeks of episodes? I just sent her the link for this part 2. I was like, we only didn't record last week, Mom.
Yeah.
I had a couple people ask me, like, what happened to the episode? I'm like, bro, life. But we back. Same spiel. We on every social media outlet out there. We on Twitter. If you on Twitter, follow us, but don't really look for us there. I'm gonna be honest, because the app is just on my phone taking up space.
You don't even.
But if you want to see some actual footage, and I'm gonna start doing more, not necessarily just the stories that we cover, but just some other stories, because we be talking about all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, here in the next few weeks, month or so, we'll start seeing some more reels with somebody in them.
Yeah, school's almost out.
Okay, all right. Put my nephew to work, but
he talking about it's easy. You want me to show you right now? I said no. We'll wait till school get out.
No, we'll wait till he got a full-time job because he gonna need some patience. He gonna have to take a break.
So
you know, mom, I just can't right now.
What are you gonna put back here? Oh Lord! Oh, I don't like that. Take that back.
You gonna stress my baby out?
Yeah. Like, girl, you on your own.
No, for real. But check us out on Instagram. No Crime After Dark _podcast. Facebook, we have a like page and a group, both No Crime After Dark. TikTok, No Crime After Dark. Twitter, X Crime After Dark because there's stupid character limitations. But if you want to see the real footage, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, what they call us, geriatric Gen Z or millennials, geriatric millennials. That's what we're supposed.
Is that what we are?
I guess.
I keep up with them things. I don't know.
Okay, but I think that's what they're calling us, and I think that's why I hate Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Because like even though that was a thing when we were in our 20s, I was never into it, and most of the people I know wasn't really into it.
I did get into it when I used to watch. What did I used to watch? Oh, I used to watch The Walking Dead,
Basketball Wives.
Uh-huh. It was something else I used to watch.
That's when Twitter used to be messy.
Yeah, I used to like read other people be like,
mm-hmm.
girl, yeah, I see that.
It used to be messy back then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They didn't got sensitive now.
But I never was on it for any other reason, but just to see like.
Yeah, so and I think that's what it is. It's the character limitations for me because we be talking about too much to put it into 200 characters.